obviously done a lot of different ways to defend the Warriors with different personnel over the years. With this new group, relatively new group of yours, what kind of, like, how experimental can you get, or how unique can you get with this team that you have?
Well, we're making some progress, right? I think that some of the things that we've been able to do kind of on command in other years have not quite been there this year, but we're getting there. I think we're I thought even in Salt Lake we did a lot of things right, didn't do them all right, and it's kind of the problem when you're doing this stuff is all the pieces have to fit together, and then you still got to play hard and all that stuff too. So. Yeah, we're getting there, Doug. Getting there.
Yeah, like my point was the 2019 group, you had Serge and Mark and Kyle, and this year you've got first-year players, second-year players, and guys who haven't played very much. So how demanding can you be in those sort of, hey, let's do this, and let them figure out how to do it? Kind of
well,
thing?
I mean, I think you're right. You're probably not. I think everybody understands, from me to the team, that there is a process of getting some of this stuff figured out, right? So, we still gotta teach it, and when it's not quite right, we go over it and teach it again, and throw it in the games, and try to polish it up as much as we can as we go. Yeah.
Hey, Nick. Good afternoon. I asked Steve why they play the offense that they do. It's obviously very different than most offenses, and he said what you would expect. He has Steph and Draymond, and if they were to play a normal offense, it wouldn't serve either of them. Your defense is obviously also unique or close to unique in this league, and you've said that aligns with how you actually want to play as a coach. So what's most important about installing that? Is it talent? Is it buy-in? Is it the way you coach it? What's most important about being outside of the box, I guess?
Well, I mean, first of all, let's not the talent has to be there, right? And I think that's always, let's never get that twisted, right? That the talent is always paramount. That's the first thing. You guys, we've talked a little bit this year about, you got to also, I guess right under that, or in that same kind of category, is you got to be able to, I've talked about look them in the eye. You got to be able to at least have some semblance of size relative to who you're playing against. And you got to have some semblance of speed and athleticism as well. Right, I always use Alabama football as the example. I mean, they're just bigger. They just run down the field whenever they want. Whenever they want to. It's like not much you can do about it if they're just bigger and faster and more athletic. So, then I think the next thing comes into some buy-in and a process and a philosophy and a vision and a plan, and then daily work and having some success and motivation, and goes on and on. You're welcome.
Hey, Nick, having Fred as a guy that you can presumably start off on Steph, how much comfort does that provide you? The guy's playing like we've never seen, really, but can you look at Fred and go, please help us?
Well, I mean, he's certainly one of a few guys that are going to have Steph today, and I mean, Fred's a really, really, really good defender with a lot of determination. But you're not stopping that guy with one guy, and you know that. You guys have seen it. So it's gonna be a lot of people and a lot of schemes.
Kind of a corollary to that. Golden State's the best defensive team in the league by a margin, even more than they're more dominant, arguably, defensively. What can you do to fool Draymond Green to somehow do something that gets Draymond, who runs their defense, confused or out of position or something? like how hard are these guys to score on, I guess?
No, they're really hard to score on, and they do it the right way. Like every guy that steps on the floor, first of all, plays hard, and they execute the stuff that they want to do. So that's always part of it. And they have tremendous hands, right? They have tremendous hands and tremendous length. And you know, you're right. The biggest thing is, you know, they're hard enough to guard the way it is, right? And then if you turn the ball over, you have no chance. If you don't score for stretches, you're going to put your, I mean, you have to score the basketball on this team to give yourself a chance to at least get back and get your defense set. And then the hard work's still there.
You've obviously, and the team in general is playing aggressive defense, if we could, you know, boil it down to one term. And they don't run 75 pick and rolls a game or 100 pick and rolls a game. Do you have to tell them maybe channel the aggressiveness down a little bit, or does that risk ruining, you know, what you're trying to do? Just because they're so atypical.
No, you can't. I mean, I would never say, I mean, I think you're going to have to be aggressive because they're aggressive on offense. They what they really do is pass and cut, and they do down the reaching and the holding and some of the stuff that you might want to do. Now you probably reaching probably doesn't help you much today, but holding might.
So the top two teams in steals and therefore fast break points, and I guess a little bit tail off Eric, but I mean, how do you not give that up for you, but not buy into the style that they want to play?
Well, I think the styles are probably kind of similar, right? I mean, I think we like to get up and be aggressive and play hard and use our hands and move, you know. Yeah, they're pretty similar. They probably have a little bit more of a passing and cutting offense than we do, but it's pretty similar. I mean, feed into it. I mean, I think every game, no matter whether you're playing here or anywhere, is you've got to try to do what you do and focus on what you do yourself, and be able to handle different tempos and styles. Games are different sometimes. You got to be able to play multiple ways sometimes.
So is it more difficult when you're playing a team that's similar, or you know that wants to do the same things? Is it more difficult in those games? Does it
I don't think so. I mean, you know, what makes things difficult is, you know, momentum swings and shots not going in and turning the ball over and those kind of things. I guess that could be related to style of play, but it's usually just kind of what's happening on the day or the night.
Thanks. Go ahead, Justine, with virtual questions.
Thanks, JQ. We have Josh Lewenberg here from TSN.
Hey, Nick. Wondering if you have any update on OG. Saw he went from whatever he was initially to questionable to doubtful to out. Would that sort of indicate that he's getting a little bit closer that he was at one point questionable today?
Yeah, he's getting better. Josh, I think they're certainly seeing some improvement. Just wasn't quite ready to go today. Hopefully he'll make the next one. There's a few days in between here till the next one, so hopefully that'll give him a chance to, rehab a little bit today and get a little bit better, and hopefully the next couple of days he'll get better as well.
Great. Thanks, Nick. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Josh.